Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, and today we'll be talking about FDs. There are various questions that come into our mind while investing into FDs, like what should be our tenure, or how to actually gain the maximum profit out of FDs, or what is the best interest rate that we can get on FDs. So today we'll be answering such questions, and it'll be beneficial for people who have no clue about how to go for investments into FDs and what are the various criterias that we need to look into. So, FDs, as we all know, are fixed deposits wherein there is a lock in period for which we keep our money secured in the banks and we get a certain rate of interest. So, that lock in period can be anything ranging from 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, 5 year, or 10 year. There are special rates that these days banks are offering on some special tenures. Today we'll be talking about those special rates and special tenures and how is it beneficial and better than the basic regular tenure FDs that we usually see and we usually invest in. So, like if we talk about Kotak Mahindra is offering a 7.2% interest rate on FD for 390 days, whereas the same FD for 1 year, that is 364 days, earns 6.2%. So basically, then there's this 365 days, which is 6.2%, and there's 390 days, which is 7.2%. The difference between them is 26 days, and you're getting 1% extra. So that is amazing, a very good deal. Similarly, when we talk about SBI will give you an interest rate of 7.10%, a whooping 1.3% extra for holding your deposit for 400 days, while a fixed deposit maturing in less than 1 year is giving only 5.7% interest in the public sector bank. Isn't this amazing? So basically, you are earning around 1 to 1.5% extra in just for extra 20-25 days. So again, a very important thing, if we talk about small banks are actually performing even better, and they are giving senior citizens an interest rate as high as 9% for 700 day special deposits. So this is Utkarsh Small Finance Bank that is offering, and in short, basically you can actually earn 0.25 to 1.35% guaranteed higher return if you lock your money, in case of FDs, if you lock your money into odd tenures and not the regular ones. So the question is, should you just blindly go for it? Should you just blindly go for that extra return that you're getting, or there is some kind of analysis that you need to do? It is important for you guys to understand that banks who are offering a higher interest rate for the odd tenures actually have determined that particular thing based on their lending cycle. So what is lending cycle? It is nothing but they need to match the bank's asset and liability. So there's this asset liability management wherein they want that the inflows from the assets are at the correct time when they need to do the outflows for their liability. For example, there's a bank which has a high demand for 2 year loans. So what it will do is then it will offer a 700-day deposit, and for that, because they are actually benefiting from that, they will give you an extra return on that particular extra interest rate on that particular 700-day deposit. So that is how they are working on this. The next question that arises is that how do we actually calculate, how do we know that this is the right tenure for us, this is the right FD tenure for us? For that, we need to consider our investment options, our investment goals. We need to see that in what time period I want the money back, in what time period would I need the money. Tenure. So for example, if you know that your money, you can go for an investment for 10 years and it will get you a interest rate of 7%, wherein if you go for a FD that is for just 400 days and you will get an investment of 7.34%. So why not go for that particular investment? You'll go for the 400 days investment and then reinvest it for another 400 days and continue this, because this will actually lead to you the rising interest rate scenario. And this strategy could actually help you to reinvest the amount at a higher rate at the time of maturity, as interest rates are expected to go up, and that is why it is always good. One thing that you need to consider that is very important is it is all good and everything, and it is the best strategy you can find out to invest in FDs, but it has some limitations. The first limitation is that they are majority of the odd tenure FDs are non-callable. So if there is a lock-in period of 400 days, we cannot cancel out our FDs and we cannot withdraw. And if we do that, there is a huge penalty on it. So you need to consider the guidelines, you need to consider the provisions of that particular FD you are investing in, study that particular FD properly, and then only invest in it. Also, in case you need to get the best return from the deposits, the experts suggest spreading your FD amounts between special tenures and regular tenures. So basically what will happen is, if you have a combination of special tenure and regular tenure, it will actually help you to reduce the reinvestment risk, and it would be great for the investors. So now there are, odd tenures and there are regular tenures, and odd tenures give us a better return than the regular tenures. But odd tenures are non-callable, whereas regular tenures are callable and they have less penalty compared to the odd tenures. One more thing that I want you guys to consider is that while booking an odd tenure or a short-term fixed deposit, you need to avoid selecting an auto renewal option. Why do you want to actually, go for an auto renewal option when you can sit down and actually analyze the different FD rates, and you can analyze where to invest again? There might be a possibility that you are getting an investment opportunity for a better interest rate. Go for that particular opportunity. Okay, and the last point that I need all of you guys to consider is that don't go by the lucrative 8.5 to 9% interest rates that you're getting. And you might be feeling that it is a very good investment opportunity, but never go for something just for high returns. You need to see the safety of that particular investment once. So if you were trying to invest in some kind of a small bank or something that is providing a high interest rate on FD, you need to consider and check how reliable that particular bank is. In case of small banks that are not secured, you need to have a proper analysis, proper research, and then only invest in those particular FDs. Depositors should not invest in FDs where the interest rates are high without checking other factors like what is the quality of bank and where is the money being invested. So it's always important to find a good balance between the returns and the safety of the investment avenues that you are selecting. I hope that you understood the concept of odd tenures FDs that are being provided these days, and I would like you guys to incorporate such investment avenues in your portfolio.